Hello, VIRT people. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Cody Johnson. I'm making this video for elections because right now I am co-oping in Indianapolis, so I can't come up to Valpo on a weekday for a meeting. So, anyways, the position that I'd like to run for is vice president. I think it kind of best suits my attitude towards engineering. Generally, in engineering, and especially in VIRT, I'm usually kind of the voice of reason. At times that makes me kind of sound cynical, like especially the times that I've talked to Tobes about things. I sometimes kind of come off as being negative, but what that mostly is that I want to remain focused on things that are important, especially in VIRT where we want to achieve so many things and we have so many fantastic ideas. At some point those things have to be narrowed for us to actually achieve any of them. I mean, we're all engineering majors, so we know how it goes to bite off way more than we can chew. And in this organization, I think it's very important to have someone there who's willing to take a step back and go, okay, what can we reasonably accomplish this semester and this year? And what things are most important when it comes to like being ready for competition and getting new projects started, and which projects do we actually have time to start? The kind of off of that kind of relates to my method generally of engineering, which is I'm usually kind of like, you ever hear about like the KISS method? That pretty much sums up how I approach problems. I'm always looking for the simplest solution to problems, and that kind of plays into why I sometimes sound cynical when I hear ideas, because whenever I hear a solution to a problem, I want it to be simple. A good example of this, just kind of from the past in VIRT, was so 2 years ago when we were having to come up with how we were going to pick up the cones, me and Scott Campbell both came up with ideas for end effectors, right? Scott's was this like PVC drum with these sliding plates using two actuators, and it would come over like the stack of cones and it would pick them all up, and then like by moving these two plates back and forth, you could drop one cone at a time, and it was gigantic and heavy, and it was really complicated, and it was actually pretty well designed. It ended up kind of working some of the time and had a lot of problems, and my idea was, well, why don't we just stick a vacuum on the end of the arm, which, like, that kind of sounds dumb when you say it, but then when you see it working, it was a much simpler idea, and I think it was a good idea. But that kind of speaks to how I approach engineering problems. Is like, whenever I see something, I always want to come up with the simplest problem, and I'm usually kind of critical in my assessment of those things, which, once again, I think is kind of important for a position like vice president, when you have to kind of be, the second opinion, looking at the president's ideas and going, okay, is this the best solution to this problem? Can we come up with a way to do it simpler? And especially, when we're working with limited time and money, you need that. Kind of the last thing that I think puts me in a vice presidential kind of role would be my experience in VIRT and kind of how I've done VIRT. My freshman year, I ended up driving in the competition, and since then I haven't, and I've actually really enjoyed that. What I actually like a lot better than like piloting the robots in competition is being the person who can fix them really quickly in the pits, and that's kind of what I want to be for VIRT. I have a lot of experience with these robots. I've been in it since my freshman year, and I've been really involved since my freshman year. As far as wiring goes, like, I doubt there's someone who can wire them up as fast as I can, and I know how to take apart those robots really quickly. And I mean, as far as Wheelzilla and Sasquatch goes, I was there when both of those were built, and Red and Bluebot, I think one of those is retired now, thanks to you guys, which is great. Like, I've taken those things apart and putting it back together so many times I can't even count. But that's what I want to be. I want to be the person there that has experience and can support the organization so we can go out and do good in competition. But I don't necessarily want to be the person, piloting a robot, because I've already kind of had my chance to do that. So now I want, all the new guys to be able to do that. The last thing I'd like to talk about is my commitment to VIRT next semester and this past semester. So the past semester, I kind of took over a project to make a sumo bot, which we did. My goal was to make a programmable sumo bot by the end of the semester, and like I said, we managed to do that. But at the same time as I was doing that, I was also I was on the e-board for my fraternity. I worked 2 campus jobs. I was the section leader in pep band. I was in men's choir. I did volunteer tutoring at my high school, and I ran a robotics team for a bunch of elementary kids. And that was way too much, and it kind of made my VIRT stuff suffer. Like, I think I could have done a much better job as a project leader than I did, even though we did manage to get it done. I think if I had given it more time, I would have been able to do a much better job with it. This coming semester, my senior year, I'm already planning on going on limited status with my fraternity, and I'm not going to be a section leader in pep band anymore. And I'm also not going to do the free tutoring for my high school or the robotics team for the elementary kids because I just don't have the time for it. What I mostly want to do is focus on Gellerson, and the organization that I care most about in Gellerson is VIRT. So I mean, one way or the other, whether I get elected vice president or not, VIRT's going to be the thing that gets the most of my time. Because what I'm planning on doing in my future is I'm going to graduate school for robotics, and VIRT was kind of instrumental in making me want to do that because my freshman year is like the thing that got me into robotics and made me so passionate about this. So I really want to, my senior year, just give it everything that I have. I'm hoping that that means that I'll be able to kind of commit more fully to it and make it my focus, and that I won't kind of have that thing where I was kind of half doing it like I did last semester. So yeah, this is my video for elections. If you have any questions, feel free to email me. And I look forward to seeing all of you next year. I'm really excited to start playing with robots again because I miss it. Alright, bye guys.